So, Jeff, before we move forward, there's one point I'd like to stay with. The point you made about AI doesn't seem to be anywhere near replacing human coaches. Now, I, for one, would not want to, and this is just to have a conversation between the two of us, just provoking your thoughts. I would not like to say that in all cases, AI cannot replace. In some cases, I think an AI coach, which is an exceptional coach, if it's a good AI coach, and we've already seen results coming in from Sherlock, I think in some use cases, there is no need for a human coach. And I'll give you some examples. Let's say early career, A or Gen Zers, these are people between 25 and 30. I don't see organizations engaging coaches for them per se. That's generally, they don't do that. Even if they would, it would be probably group coaching at best, so that there is, return on investment and they could scale. When you group coaching, you can scale in one sense. Now, because also coaches, it takes a while for a coach to become an expert and more in a flow state, right? Because if you throw
Right.
anything in front of a coach, I'll tell you why I say that. We very recently, and I'm going to share some really good data, fascinating data. We very recently did a study. So we have now Sherlock, as you would know, is for Gen Zers and early career. Yet, uh, I have just created another version of Sherlock, which is for senior leaders, CXOs.
Wow.
And I'm coming to that. It's very exciting, huh? So I was just trying to keep it close to my chest. I wanted this conversation to evolve as we go and not bring it all out there. Now, now, your point was spot on that for senior leaders, this can be more of complementing the coach, i.e., as a support to a human coach. Now, we are
Right.
doing a use case with a very large organization where these leaders already have human coaches and they're going to be using Sherlock just as a sounding board. Just as a sounding board, 24 times 7, coach in a pocket, and these are senior leaders coming back to the Gen Zers. So, for that piece, the data we are getting in terms of engagement and in terms of success is tremendous. So that's a place I believe we don't need to have a human in the loop, because these are transformative coaching journeys and fly on the fly coaching conversations. The platform has all of that and tools, right? So what, and I'm going to soon share another interesting data. We did this experiment in New York University, just a little bit of an experiment. I wouldn't call it a study. These are coaching graduates, postgraduates who are doing their coaching in NYU. And we let them play with Sherlock Supercoach for a week. We said, just have some conversations with it. And then we surveyed, we put a bit of an informal survey, and I'll share some very exciting stuff coaches had to say about Sherlock. One of the questions was, where does Sherlock or AI coaching, let's say, where does AI coaching have an edge over human coaches? And I have some points here, which I'll share with you, and then we can unpack those. We can talk more about
Okay.
it. So, then to your point, I believe, yes, there are certain use cases AI coaching is good enough when they scale and we're not trying to boil the ocean. What we've
Right.
seen is people with a 10-minute conversation just walk away with new perspective. A new perspective, a new thought, and then new action. So just changing the current patterns of thinking. So yes, we are saying, and I for one say AI coaching, I don't think it can boil the ocean, but it starts somewhere which is very effective. It can be very effective and efficient as well, right? So would you agree with that to some extent, that if not, it can in certain areas we don't need a human coach?
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, studies by my colleague Nikki Terblanche down in South Africa,
Yeah.
they've done a couple of actual studies of goal-based coaching where the coach bot, the AI coach, was more successful at eliciting habit change or goal-directed change than the human coach. So absolutely, I think there's a big likelihood that around baseline development of early career leadership behaviors, that some of the best coaching will be enabled through AI bots like Sherlock. And that's what I think I meant when I said that at the end of the day, the AI bot, or whatever we want to call the AI capability, will prompt the real life coach, the human coach, to have to be even better.
Yeah.
Because if executives are working with an AI like Sherlock and they're getting benefit, they're actually changing, they're interacting with them, as you said, in real time, they're reflecting, they're changing their way of seeing things, they're changing their behavior, then whatever real life coach, human coach is engaged is going to have to be on their toes. They're going to have to be like, what is the deeper area that we need to focus on so that I can support whatever is happening in real time with the client? So I completely agree. I think it actually, it's kind of like when you think about a fitness trainer and you are in a situation where you go to the gym, and let's say you don't really need a human trainer. You're working with some kind of artificially intelligent capability around, working out muscles or working a particular part of your body. Mm-hmm. But you want to take your entire your entire being to another level of effectiveness. And so then you start working with a real person. That person's going to have to be really skilled to be able to take you to another place, because the AI capability is already it's already taken you up a notch. And I think that's what's going to happen in coaching around leadership skills. Areas like communications and providing feedback or motivating or crafting a mission statement, these are things that could be done easily without a human intervention.